did that intro because I saw a meme of someone putting the Green Goblin on this alt mode. Anyways, this is my first Studio Series pickup of 2022, and so how is it? Well, it's honestly pretty good. Soundwave here looks the part. It's almost bang on to the on-screen model, which I really do like. What's really funny is out of all the Bumblebee movie Studio Series figures to officially come out so far, this one is the one that really, like, to me, really gets lost in a chug display and a movie display. It's really cool. I love the way it looks next to Siege, Soundwave, and hell, even Blaster. It looks pretty cool next to them and the other Bumblebee figures I have. I love that mesh between movie and chug design. It's just funny that it took us 11 years to realize that that works. The biggest issue I have with the look on this guy is the white parts. They aren't as defined as the on-screen model. To be fair, this is a retail Voyager, but it just feels like all those little details kind of get lost in the white parts. The blue does a pretty good job of not washing out all those little details, but with the white doing just that, it makes the aesthetic feel a little off balance. Not enough for me to absolutely hate the toy, but it's just something I noticed. I want to talk about the box real quick because this is the newer rendition of Studio Series packaging. The window is smaller to reduce the plastic in the box, although that plastic is recyclable. A lot of people don't seem to realize that. And he comes with two backdrop pieces because they insert the toys into cardboard now instead of tying them onto plastic because they're slowly phasing out all that. This one does still come with plastic ties. However, they are starting to get rid of those as well. They're like slowly transitioning away from it, so I do really like that. He does come with a shoulder cannon, which looks pretty sick, and a gun, which I'm really happy isn't just a big round cylinder in his hand. Because to me, that wouldn't really look very realistic in this setting, so I'm happy he comes with a rifle instead. You can press the eject button on his shoulder like every G1 Soundwave, and his chest opens. However, Ravage doesn't officially come out till April, so I can't show that off, but no, it does not fit Siege or Kingdom tapes. Oh, and another really cool thing Hasbro has started doing again is yet more screws on this guy. Self-repair, right to repair your own toys. I do appreciate screws coming back. That's really nice. Now, of all the official Hasbro figures I've gotten this year so far, minus RC, because that's just bad, they have all been super solid, and that carries over to this. Nothing, and I mean nothing, is loose. All the joints are extremely solid. Everything is nice and tight, not too tight where you feel like you're going to break anything. It's nice and smooth just to move all the joints. I do really like that. I'm really happy Hasbro has started stepping up their game with their quality control. Yeah, you're still going to get some errors. Large companies making hundreds of thousands of different products a day. Stuff is bound to get missed, and that's just the reality of that, and that's unfortunate. But it is nice to see them paying more and more attention to stuff like this. They are learning from their mistakes, and I do like that. Like the invention of the double mushroom peg, or using tighter tolerances nowadays on figures. It's just really nice to see them improving. I have seen a lot of people compare this to the 3-0 figure, but like, why? That is a couple of $100. This is 40. Well, 45. It's not a fair comparison. That's like comparing a mainline chug toy to a masterpiece. No, don't do that. If the mainline chug figure costs the same as the masterpiece, then by all means compare them. But they have two completely different budgets, so that's not really that. I don't think you should be basing your opinion on how this guy looks off the 3-0 one, because that's like $250 versus this. Posing on this guy is pretty great. However, I don't like the shoulders. He has what I call trigger happy shoulders, because the most notable figure that has this stuff kind of joints to me is Titan's Return trigger happy. They're where the motion takes place in the torso, not the shoulder. So when you raise the arms up, you have to maneuver the shoulder and the arm in a weird way to get the pose you want. It's kind of like Y joints on hips, but for shoulders. It's weird. And the shoulder pads like to come apart when you rotate the arms, which is a cool detail, but can sometimes get kind of annoying. Transformation is quite simple. The only thing that bugs me is the legs. Getting them put into place can be a bit of a hassle, but for the most part, it's a fluid and solid transformation that turns into a hover tank? Yeah, I've seen this referred to as a hover tank, but I don't know. The back of the box just kind of says the name of the piece of soundtrack that plays during the Cybertron scene. A lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, were up in arms about this when we first saw it, and even now they're still complaining. And yeah, it is odd. They definitely could have thought of something a bit more recognizable, but at the same time, it's an alien planet. They can do literally whatever the hell they want. I bet people wouldn't be so mad about this if they had put what the alt mode was called on the back of the box, or at least told us in a more memorable place so that people actually knew what it was. Because to me, it looks like a hover tank, and I remember seeing it somewhere referred to as a hover tank, but don't ask me where I found that. I have no clue. They could have very easily avoided all this alt mode trashing by adding one simple feature though. On the fake chest on the top, put a port in the middle and plug the shoulder gun on top. Boom, hover tank with a turret that turns and looks up and down. Would have solved almost all the problems people had, because then it's recognizable. Oh, that's it. He turns into a tank. However, you can still kind of do that with this guy if you fan mode it a bit. Just rotate the chest panel back around like you would in robot mode, but leave this gold bit facing up, and now you have 2 ports. Plug the turret into one of them, and there you go, hover tank. I know the cannon is offset, but so is Dark of the Moon shockwaves, so I don't care. But that's my way of getting around it, and that's honestly how I transform the alt mode, is I just put the turret there, and boom, tank mode. But the memes, oh, the memes of this guy have been super great. My favorites have been the chicken cutlet, Luke Skywalker's binoculars, and obviously my favorite, the Green Goblin's glider. God, that made me laugh so hard. Oh, and also on a side note, stupid Hot Toys Green Goblin sells out as soon as pre-orders go up. God damn it. I really wanted the deluxe version. That was going to be my first ever Hot Toys and my only Hot Toys figure I'd buy, but, you know, sold out. In the end, it's still a great figure though, and definitely a worthy pickup. I honestly say go for it and fan mode the alt mode if you really don't like it that much, but I dig the figure as a whole and would say, yeah, go grab one. It's on CMD store, not sponsored. That's where I bought mine, but it's also showing up in Walmarts across the United States, so you can get it there, and then it comes out in April for everyone else. However, I've been told that Ratchet is going to ship next month for people in the UK, apparently, so there's also that. They're starting to, like, I don't know what's happening with Hasbro. Needs to fix their distribution a little bit more. They're getting there, but they just need to fix it a little bit more. But that's been my look at Studio Series Bumblebee movie Soundwave. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.